Welcome to Rewrite Her Voice, the podcast that takes a bold and compassionate look at the inner critic living rent-free in your head. You know the one. She's judgmental, perfectionistic, and never misses a chance to tear you down. But here's the truth. That voice isn't truly you. Each week, we dive into an honest conversation with powerful stories and practical tools to uncover where that inner mean girl came from, why she shows up, and how to rewrite her script. It's time to reclaim your inner voice, break the cycle of self sabotage, and speak to yourself with the kindness and strength you deserve. If you're ready to stop letting your inner mean girl run the show and start showing up as your most authentic, empowered self, let's go. Hey there, sunshine. So I was having a conversation not long ago with someone about the brain, about the parts of our mind and all the voices we house inside of it, right? You know the ones, the inner mean girl, the inner drill sergeant, that part that is harsh, demanding, critical, and impatient, or maybe the part that says, you should be further along by now, or why are you still like this? Yeah, those parts, those ones. And as we talked, something became really clear. The harder we fight against unpleasant emotions and unwanted thoughts, the louder they get, the stronger they become. If you've ever tried to shove a thought away, to silence a feeling, or to force yourself into thinking better, you already know this is true. It's a lot like a toddler, or maybe a three-nager, okay? When you tell them they can't do something, suddenly their will becomes steel. They didn't even want the thing that badly until you said no. That rebellious, defiant energy, that is not just childhood behavior. That's a part of our brain too, as adults. That don't tell me what to do voice lives in all of us, okay? And here's where so many of us get stuck. We believe healing means fighting those parts, erasing them, shaming them into submission. But healing doesn't actually happen through force. It happens through relationship. So the question becomes, how do we stop fighting our own mind without letting it run the show? Because yes, you know, it's easier said than done. And the answer isn't just think positive or ignore the thought. Ugh, I hate when someone says, oh, just think positive. Think happy thoughts. That doesn't work. It starts with recognizing this truth. Healing is not all or nothing. You can say no to your thoughts and impulses that don't align with the life you desire without saying no to yourself. You can set boundaries from a place of love and acceptance instead of frustration, hate, or shame. Let me put it this way, okay? Imagine you're cooking dinner, right? Your tiny human comes up to you and asks for a snack. You don't yell at them for being hungry. That would be crazy. You don't shame them for wanting food. You don't tell them they're wrong for asking. You simply say something along the lines of, I'm cooking dinner and we'll eat soon, right? And if you have kids like mine that get a little queasy if they get too hungry too fast, you can also tack on a, hey, if you're super hungry, let's have an apple, right? So they're going to have a light snack that's not going to keep them super, super full, but it's going to help their little bellies stop yelling at them, right? You're not rejecting them, you're redirecting them. You're honoring the need without giving into the impulse. And this is how we begin to relate to our inner world. When a thought shows up that says you're failing, or you should give up, or you're not enough, or dude, you suck, we don't scream back at it. We don't shove it to the basement of our mind. We pause. We take a breath. We acknowledge it. And then we say, gently but firmly, I hear you, but that's not what we're doing right now. And then, okay, this part matters. This part right here matters. We offer a more supportive option because the next step in healing is curiosity, not interrogation, not judgment. Curiosity. We ask questions like, what is driving this thought? What is the part of me trying to protect? What does it need right now? We're not trying to overpower the brain. We're giving it a chance to be accountable for what it's asking for. This is the shift from mind over matter to what's the matter, mind? And when we approach ourselves this way, something softens because so often those loud, uncomfortable parts aren't the problems. They are the messengers. Before trauma, many of us experienced the world with what could be called a kind of single mind, all right? But after trauma, after hurt, loss, abandonment, or chronic stress, our inner world begins to fragment. Parts of us learn how to survive. Some parts become hypercritical, and this is to keep us from being rejected again. Some parts become rebellious because control was taken from us once before. Some parts become quiet, hidden, ashamed. We decide which parts are acceptable and which parts we shove into the shadows. Hello, inner mean girl. Hello, inner rebel. Hello, parts we learn to hate about ourselves. But here's the truth, no one taught us. You don't heal by abandoning parts of yourself. You heal by bringing them back into the relationship. The more familiar we become with these parts, the more we show up with compassion and curiosity instead of that harsh judgment. The more growth becomes possible. The work is more than analyzing thoughts. Okay, analyzing the thoughts and recognizing that that's just awareness. Awareness is just a part of it. You have to choose to give the thoughts space, a loving space. You have to give the parts space, a loving space. It's allowing them to teach us about our hearts, our stories, and the places we still need gentleness. Healing is not about becoming flawless, okay? Flaws will always be included in being a human. Congratulations. But it's about becoming whole, meeting your mind where it is and guiding it toward higher ground without shaming it for not already being there. So today, if a difficult thought shows up, if an old pattern taps you on your shoulder, if a part of you feels loud or uncomfortable, try this instead of fighting it. Pause, take a breath, acknowledge it, get curious, and respond with love. Then remind yourself you are not broken. You are learning how to listen to yourself in a new way. That right there, my sweet, sweet friend, that is real healing. Okay? Give it a shot. Let me know how it works for you. Remember, you are loved. You are enough. You are worthy. Just as you are, all parts included, all flaws included, you are worthy. You are enough and you are loved. Until the next time, my sweet, sweet friend, Love Rach. Hey, my sweet friend. Thank you so much for spending time with me today on Rewrite Her Voice. If you loved today's episode, will you hit that subscribe button for me? And be sure to share it with a friend. If you're ready to quiet your inner mean girl and step into your own authentic voice, I would love for you to join me inside our Cultivating membership. Until next time, remember, you are enough.